Oh my goodness. Yeah, I live with that face all the time. I love it. Don't apologize. It's beautiful. Okay, in this video, hopefully you've seen our previous video introducing our intentions for this channel. Basically, we want to share with you how we met, and it's a pretty epic story. It is in book form, it's soon to be in screenplay form, it's soon to be in many forms, and now it's going to be in here form. It was in The Guardian a few years ago. You can check that link out below. It's really, really fun. That was a cool moment because I love The Guardian. Okay, but we want to share how we met, how we came to be as a couple. We just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary, which is fucking crazy. It's crazy. And we've both evolved so much as humans and as artists, and it's pretty wild to look back and see the evolution that's taken place in us, around us, between us. Wow. So I've actually never shared why I went to Tashkent, how I ended up there, my 2-year voyage following this gut impulse to study the most amazing theater I'd ever witnessed or seen in my entire life. So I will make another video about that, because I think feeling that guttural pull and following your intuition and following your chosen timeline and soul path is the most rigorous and rewarding and gratifying and challenging journey of your life. And if you're watching this right now, you're most likely on that path. We wouldn't have attracted each other otherwise. And Akmal's on that path right now. I'm on that path. Like, Akmal moved to America without ever having come to America. It's crazy and amazing. So yeah, we're going to kind of skip over the part that brought me to Tashkent. Basically, I saw the most amazing performance of my entire life, and I said, oh my God, I want to do that. I need to learn how to do that. And by the time the lights came up, I knew I needed to get to Tashkent, even though a few days earlier, I didn't even know where Uzbekistan was on the map, which is rather embarrassing.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. I thought I had a pretty good geographical sense of our beautiful planet, but we live and continue to learn. So yeah, that's another story for another time. And depending on when you're watching this, I'll link that below because it's a beautiful predecessor. You can watch that video, then come back to this video and we can continue the conversation. Okay, so I arrived in Tashkent. Mm-hmm. We were part of the Ilkhom Theater of Mark Weil School of Drama, Studio 7. And it's one of the premier theater schools on the planet. It's a Russian theater school in the heart of Uzbekistan.
City of Tashkent.
The city of Tashkent.
Which is the capital of Uzbekistan.
In case you didn't know. It's also like the epicenter and cultural heritage of the Silk Road. Like, it's this beautiful melting pot of
Uzbekistan.
Of Uzbekistan, but also the Silk Road.
No, I'm saying it was not Tashkent.
Oh, not Tashkent, but all of Uzbekistan, absolutely. If you ever have a chance to go. Literally the most generous, heart-filled, heart-giving people on the planet, and the best food and culture. It's just such a beautiful place. But I didn't know any of this before I went, because I was like, theater. And I didn't care that I didn't really speak Russian, and I didn't care that I'd never been to an ex-Soviet state, and I didn't care that I was a 21-year-old Western woman in an Eastern country on my own. I just needed to get to that theater. And yeah, we met in Studio 7.
We did, yeah. I remember first time seeing her, because we were told that we would have a student from America, and we were excited, me and my classmates, because it's not rare, but still, people from America, it's like, wow. Anyway, and yeah, I remember standing in the class. We were standing in a circle talking, and then Tyler came in, and Tyler is
our translator, my translator. He's also is a teacher at the theater, translator, actor. At the beginning, I definitely needed a translator because as I said, I didn't really speak any Russian. And And everything was in Russian. This was absolute immersion.
Yeah, and then he came in, and then he said, the American student is here, and then Sera, she walked in. She had these big eyes, like, what the hell? Where am I? What am
I
doing
just got
here?
off of the plane and I hadn't slept in like 36 hours,
She
so.
was waving at us like, ah. Yeah, and that's the first time I saw her, and then she gave us a little introduction of herself, and we, our teacher of Master of Acting, he talked a little bit, and then she went back home. Yeah.
That was wonderfully detailed. You have a beautiful memory.
I do.
I think I was.
It meant a lot to me.
Yeah. It meant a lot to me too. But at that moment, I couldn't calibrate what, was going on. I was so out of my element. I was like this for the first 6 months I lived there. So of course I noticed Akmal, but I didn't ever digest it or metabolize it as a fact that I would even pursue or let alone open myself to a relationship in such a space. And mind you, at 21, I was a really late bloomer. I'd never really even had a boyfriend. And it was just a very...
Exhaling.
I was like, is this a boring part?
No.
Actually, in tapping, when we yawn, we're releasing and processing and transmuting energy. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And you know that well, because Akmal does tapping too. And we have another video about that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you to see it. But staying on topic. So I just was not even aware of it. And I remember doing an exercise with Akmal our first semester. The Russian theater school is really, really strict in the sense that you don't get to drama or character work until the second year or the end of the second year. Like the first semester, we're just learning how to move in space and feel the partner and become aware of our bodies and work a lot with energy and just learning our psychophysical apparatus and how to use it as our instrument for conscious and subconscious creativity. So when I did this exercise with Akmal, it was mirror exercise. We did so much without language. That was a beautiful element, is that we learned each other beyond language, which I think was so unique. Like we literally couldn't communicate. My Russian was so basic and I was just in a complete functional freeze at that point. And Akmal knew no English, and he was also kind of shy a little bit.
Was I?
Yes, you were. But also, I would say more like reserved and observant. And because some other of my wonderful classmates or people to theater did, I don't want to say make advancements, but made certain feelings or initiations known. And I was just like this. I was like, I don't know what's happening.
I'm a Capricorn. I take my time.
It's true. You're a double Capricorn. He's a Capricorn sun and rising. Sagittarius moon, for anyone who wants to know. But I remember doing that exercise with him and feeling a really deep connection that extended beyond the exercise, and feeling his energy, and just those threads of connection were already happening in that moment, and sparks and things like that. And it was already, just certain feelings were arising in my being whenever I would see him or interact with him, or even just like hearing his name or seeing his backpack. You get those feelings. But I was still so out of my mind. Like, what am I doing here? How do we interrelate? Like, what's going on? But ultimately, what allowed our relationship to take form was during the second semester.
During the second semester, we were doing, each semester were dedicated to some theme, right? The second semester was dedicated to I am in a given circumstances.
Yeah, can I pause for 1 second? I want you to share this, but it's very unique to the Russian system. Yes, absolutely pause. Quick pause. This is what I think is absolutely missing from acting training in the West, is this pivotal fundamental element of myself in given circumstances. You learn how to observe yourself before you ever work on an animal or an object or a character.
Maybe we can do like an episode, not an episode, like multiple episodes on each semester.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. You saw the birth of this. This is the energy of transformation and creativity. It holds a certain frequency. That is a good idea. We're going to chronicle each semester. You heard it here first. Exactly. But anyways, unpause.
So the second semester is, I am in a given circumstances. And every day you bring small sketches. You think of a sketch and then you show
like a scene.
Like scenes. And then you show that to your teacher. And then, if the scene is good, they're going to keep it for the final exams.
Or if it's shit, it just goes in the rubbish bin. No, sometimes you can rework it.
Exactly. So since we spoke little, I spoke little English, she spoke little Russian, so I needed something to get closer to her. That was my plan. So I thought of an idea of a scene where we can somehow maybe dance, potentially kiss. And I succeeded, basically. I come up with an idea, a sketch, a scene where she would teach me English, and then we would dance, and then at the end we would kiss. Yeah, it was a beautiful scene.
Actually, it really was a beautiful scene. It was like the pinnacle of the exam. They put it at the end.
Exactly.
It was a beautiful scene, and I think, well,
we rehearsed a lot, right? And when we rehearsed the scenes, I would obviously, I don't know, be charming, maybe. I don't know what attracted her.
You still make me giggle. It's true. Effortless charm. He doesn't have to do much, but when he turns it on, it's like, whoa. Seriously, sometimes he could just like make my knees wobble by just winking at me across the room or like upstairs in the lobby. Look at those beautiful eyebrows. They get me every time. But yeah, that's essentially how this came to be. And it's such a beautiful thing. And there's so many other details and nuances. And the first time we went out on a date, if you're interested in hearing about that story, let us know in the comments below. You can say that by saying date. Tell us the date. Because that's a pretty funny story as well. And it was like a fairy tale.
Wait, which one? Oh. Why did you say that in Russian?
I don't know, because I wanted it to be secret, but then I forgot
I'm sure there are like
I'm sure as well. Beautiful Russian-speaking souls, Uzbek-speaking souls. I was trying to be secret. I don't need to be secret, but hopefully we'll make we will make a video of that, because why not? It's so fun. It's so fun to share the love and to share these experiences. And as I said, it's in book form. It's soon to be in screenplay form. But right now it's in this form, and it's a pleasure to share the exchange and just all the ways we can connect in heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you liked this story, if you like this video, if you're vibing with this energy, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.